Hi everyone. Today we begin our exploration of one of the most fascinating and relevant fields in psychology, social psychology. Have you ever wondered why you behave differently in a group than you do alone? Or why you sometimes change your opinion to fit in with others? Or how first impressions, whether accurate or not, can be so difficult to change? These are the very questions that sit at the heart of social psychology. So let's start with a general introduction to social psychology. First of all, we start with social psychologist definitions. The first one said that an attempt to understand and explain how the thoughts, feelings, and behavior of individuals are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of others. The second one, the scientific study of how people perceive, influence, and relate to one another. The third one, the science of the conflict between the individual and society, is the science of ideology, perception, social representations, and communication. Social psychology emphasizes. Second, we talk about focus and key dimensions. The social nature of man. Man is a social being by nature. The dual relationship views the human situation through two aspects, the individual and the group collective. 3. Mutual influence studies the influence of individuals on the group, society, and vice versa, the influence of the group, society, on the individual. 4. Study of behavior analyzes people through feelings, emotions, and behaviors in relation to others. Historical development. Philosophical origins. The first ideas about social psychological issues date back to the ancient Greek philosophers, especially Plato and Arab philosophers. The real beginning, the late 19th century, is considered the real beginning of social psychology. First appearance of the term. The term social psychology first appeared in Italy in 1864 in lecture by Carlo Cattaneo. Founding date. The year 1898 is considered the founding date of social psychology. Experimental foundation. This date considers with the first experimental studies conducted by Norman Triplett on the effect of the group on individual performance. Fields of interest in social psychology, importance, goals, and methodology. Here we are. And now we talk about areas of interest in social psychology and we give the examples. We talk about key benefits or applications and we give the description too. We start with education, understanding the stages of socializing, manifestation of competition, and cooperation within the classroom. Media and propaganda. Studying the effect of media and communication on socialization and normalization, public opinion formation, and attitude change. Economics and consumption. Predicting the behavior of an individual or small group in a buying or consumption situation. Health. Preventing risky behaviors such as addiction and analyzing social perception of health and illness. Law, improving the quality of interviews with witnesses and victims and understanding the mechanism of judgment that judges are subjected to. Sports, understanding motivation and athlete performance and improving the construction of sports team through the studying of leadership and group cohesion. Second point is main goals of social psychology. We start with first goal. Description, identifying the social psychological phenomenon and transforming it from the unknown to the known. Goal 2, understanding, finding the relationship that connect different phenomena and realizing the connection between them. Goal 3, prediction, envisioning results in new situations by utilizing the information that has been reached. Goal 4, control and regulation, controlling the conditions that determine the occurrence of the social psychological phenomenon to reach a specific goal. How do social psychologists scientifically study the social world? First, main research approaches. We have three views, and now we start with the first of all. The experimental method. The goal is to establish cause and effect relationships. The second, the correlational method. The goal is to find if two or more variables are naturally associated. The third one, the observational method. The goal is to describe a group or behavior describing a social phenomenon. Second point, we talk about key research tools. We start with surveys, questionnaires, interviews, laboratory experiments, and field experiments. So we start with surveys, collecting data on attitude, beliefs, and perceptions. Interviews, in-depth data collection especially useful for understanding complex phenomena. Laboratory experiment, conducted in a controlled setting to maximize internal validity. Field experiments conducted in a nature setting to maximize external validity.